Okay, John, you're almost 6 months into post as your second spell as chairman. How's it going?
It's gone very quickly. Enjoyed every moment of it so far. There's been lots going on in the background, and yeah, it's fantastic to sort of have my feet back under the table and have a better understanding now, because obviously lots had changed in between the two postings. But yeah, I feel as though I'm much more up to speed now.
And it's great in the last 4 wins. Obviously, things have turned around out on the pitch, and it makes the whole place a little bit happier, doesn't it?
It was. I thought Saturday afternoon here was fantastic. Great atmosphere, wonderful feeling after the game, and I think that's been building over the last 3 or 4 games, to be honest. And great feeling to see everybody happy, smiling, and the way that the players were appreciated after the game. Yeah, it really feels like we sort of turned the corner and we're moving forward again. And I felt that just, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well, in the bars and the hospitality, which was full on Saturday, and everybody reported back as to having a really good time. So, and then to finish off with 3 points was certainly the cherry on the cake.
Yeah, just touching on the bars and the hospitality, obviously all the more important this season now that the bars are in house, that people come and use them as they were on Saturday, because every penny they spend over the bar is extra to the club.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the key point, I think, is that now we have all the revenue coming into us, and we can control what we do with the facilities here, the bars, and it was obvious it was going to perhaps take a little bit of time for people just to allow us to get started and get moving with running the bars ourselves. But as I say, on Saturday, the bars before and after the game, hospitality was full to the brim. And I'm really pleased that people got the confidence in us to sort of share their time outside of the match, having a drink and having something to eat and getting part of the match day. It's so much part of the match day, but we have to make sure that what we deliver is up to the standard that people want it. And the general feeling is that we're doing that, and we must continue to do that.
Obviously the bars are a big part of our fan engagement strategy, and there's another fan engagement meeting again today. Do you want to just give a bit more info on that front as well?
Yeah, as we said before, I think we've identified the need to make sure that we connect with all fans, whether they're local or not. And there's lots of different ways that we can do that, and we can't do it all at once. There's lots of little projects that we're talking about doing. Hopefully before long we're going to have people outside, as we do now inside the stadium. We have people around, stewards that are more than happy to help. But we're hoping to have a team of people that are purely here, solely here, just to help visitors to the ground find their way, find the toilets, find the tickets, whatever it might be. And there's little projects like that we can help supporters feel more a part of it, closer to the club, and feel as though we're looking after them. And I think that's important. But yeah, all sorts of little ideas. Obviously we've got away travel now, official away travel, which obviously is a big help to some supporters. So yeah, over the coming weeks and months, supporters will see lots more along those lines. So that's building again to a better relationship with supporters.
And Jonathan Nash on the community front is ploughing on and doing some great work on that front as well.
Yeah, I think Jonathan's done a great job. He's very forward thinking. He's got great relationships, and he's always looking to improve the offering from us as a club, and in sort of showing people what we're about as a football club and as a community football club. And I think that's very important. And going forward, as a board of directors, we have to think about where we are going as a football club, strategically thinking, and the community side is something that builds that ethic, that community ethic into us. And we've had lots of great reports from lots of different organisations and partners that we've got on the community side, and we'll certainly keep building on those, because it's a great way forward for us, I think, into keeping those relationships, but also giving something back to the community. It's not just about taking; it's about giving things to the community and helping the community. And I think that's working really well.
Looking to kind of off the pitch, obviously COVID and coming out of COVID, it was quite hectic at the start of the season. Do you feel now that things have calmed down and we're able to plan a little bit more? Yeah,
it was obvious. Obviously, when I came back in June, that there was an awful lot of work going on behind the scenes to try and kind of rebuild the model, if you like. there was obviously there was staff to put in place, there were processes and procedures to put in place, there was ever-changing COVID procedures to make sure that we kept up with. So lots and lots going on, and at the same time, obviously, there's Josh on the playing side trying to get everything ready for the season. So there was an awful lot going on, but the board are very aware that we have to look forward and have to look at where we are trying to get in 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, 10 years. And we are now starting to think that way and finally have a strategic approach to what we do, as opposed to sort of a more operational. Obviously, we've got that a great team of staff here now, and everybody's doing their job. It's working really well, and it's just will now allow the board and the general manager and everyone else to kind of look at what we do as a football club and how we move it on and where we want to be and how we get there. And that's something that obviously is so important, because if we lose direction, we're never going to move forward as a football club. And we have everything in place to move forward, but we have to make sure that we manage our process properly, and at the same time the bottom line is we have to remain sustainable. We can't just throw money at it. It has to be done properly.
And I guess it's a two-pronged attack really with moving forward. You have to do it on the pitch, but you have to do it off the pitch as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's really important. Obviously, we understand the connection between a buoyant football club. Saturday, 5 o'clock here was the most buoyant I've seen it for some years, if I'm honest. Now that's on the back of 4 wins, and we know what happens on the pitch is massively important. It's the biggest connection between what we're trying to do and what we actually do and what we actually achieve is probably what happens on the pitch, if I'm honest. So 4 wins has done us a world of good on and off the pitch. Everybody's smiling, but then we've got to keep that going. And as much as we try and build things off the pitch, we're obviously trying to support Josh and his management team and his squad, because we're developing on the pitch. We knew that we had a big turnover of playing staff in the summer, and we're trying to add to it as we go. We've had lots of injuries, obviously, but it's looking good, really good. And I say to all supporters, in fact, thank you for your brilliant support over these all season, to be fair, but especially in these last few games. The players appreciate it, Josh and Steve appreciate it, and certainly as a board of directors we appreciate it. And I just felt on Saturday that togetherness that we haven't perhaps felt for some time, and now we've got to embrace that and move on together. And who knows, playoffs, and who knows what might happen after that.
Just finally, obviously a really important part of the club are the volunteers. We've said it many a time, and it's really true that without the volunteers we just wouldn't have a club in the position that we are now. I guess you obviously would like to say a thank you to them, but also anyone who might be out there that looking to volunteer with us. How can they go about getting involved?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I think certainly the volunteers that we have here are fantastic people. They've got the heart in the right place. They just want what's best for Hereford FC, and the work that they cover and the jobs they do and the loyalty they show is just incredible. I can't put it into words myself. I wouldn't try, but they are massively appreciated, and I hope they know that, because I mean it really. I really do mean it. Without them, we couldn't stage a match on a Saturday. We couldn't work through the week. We wouldn't have a clean stadium. We wouldn't have so many other jobs done, because we couldn't afford to do it. If I'm honest, when people have got to understand that we're a relatively small club, and it's we haven't got buckets of money to throw at this. We haven't, and these volunteers they just are fantastic people, and we really appreciate what they do. I'd love to see many more volunteers come forward. Please get in touch. Drop us an email, give us a ring, come and see us on a match day, and whether that's if you see a director, a member of staff, or another volunteer, anything, just to show your interest, because there's still plenty of jobs here that we could really do with some more volunteers and improve again upon what we're doing on a match day and during a week. So please get in touch and get involved, because we are basically, we're all about togetherness now. It's a community football club, and volunteers, in my mind, are at the very top of that, because that builds the soul of the club, and we want to make that better and better as we go, and appreciate what we have with the current volunteers, but obviously reach out to potential new ones, and message areas and say please get in touch, and we'd love to have you along here.
I'm just going to have to mention this because people are going to wonder what's going on, but in the background there's 5 police officers out on the pitch. We might just want to ease people's minds, but they're using the stadium as a training exercise today.
Well, I was warned when I turned up that they were planting bombs. So, and I did have a policeman approach me as I parked, and I was in the white lines and everything. So, but no, it's all perfectly innocent. It's a training day with the police, and again, very happy that we could open the ground for them and they can come and do their work here. And again, great relationship with the police, as we have with many of our partners, all our partners. And yeah, I'm now off to hide so I don't get arrested. But